Hey, it's Teresa G coming in from her cluttered kitchen for another Tip Tuesday. This week, it's a couple of tips about cooking pasta in the Instant Pot. I do it slightly different. It's slightly different timing than a lot of the books say, than a lot of the more popular YouTubers and bloggers say. So I thought I would give you my tips that work for me with the Instant Pot and pasta cooking. Also, I have a wonderful little tip if you've got a spork. Okay. Now, if you've got a spork, one of these plastic things for serving pasta, alright, one of these guys, alright, I've got several of them. They are really, really good, obviously, for taking pasta in and out of the instant of anything, right? But did you know that you can also do, now where do you put it when when you're cooking with it? I mean, obviously if you have an Instant Pot you can put it in the spot on the side, but what if you don't want to do that, so now, of course, this works so much better with a regular pot. Look at this. You just lean it across with the tines down, and it stays right there, right? Which is great for a small pot. But, look at this. You can also do it with an Instant Pot. How about that? And that way you have a way of holding on to your thing there, your spork. Okay? That's one tip. Now, a lot of books, bloggers, YouTubers, whatever, all say that you should cook pasta for half the box time with a quick release, and you will get perfect rice. Okay, and I've tried that, and it always comes out overcooked to me. It always comes out too soft. If you're like me and you like al dente, okay, if you like your pasta to be al dente, and especially with spaghetti, alright, spaghetti is really tricky. Regular pasta, when you stir it up, after you cook it, it all separates. You have no problem. But I cook, well, first of all, I cook pasta. I don't cook it for half the time with a quick release. I cook it for 2 minutes less than half the time, which of course gets tricky if you have like pastas that cook in odd numbers, 13 minutes, 11 minutes, where they tell you 7 to 11 minutes. You're like, what am I supposed to do, 7 or 11? Alright, I cook it for half minus 2 minutes, and I do a natural release, but I do like a 5 minute, between 3 and 5 minute natural release, depending on the kind of pasta, especially with spaghetti. Okay, all right. So with spaghetti, this is what I do. Obviously, you put some water in your Instant Pot. I do 4 cups for little pastas, for about 12 ounces of little pasta. But for spaghetti, I do 5 to 6 cups. And of course they tell you to break it, which I know is against all rules of pasta cooking, right? But I lay it in one way, and then I turn my hand and I put it in the other way, alright? And then I do the same thing again. I break the other bunch, alright, and go in one way and then the other way, alright? Then add your salt, alright, because you want it to be seasoned. It's the only time you can season the pasta. The sauce does not season the pasta, it just seasons, it just covers it, right? Alright, now, they also say do not mix it. So I don't mix it. I just press it in, okay? And, alright, so you see, it's all submerged, okay? Now, alright, I had it on cancel just to start up the pot, to give it a light boil, okay? Now, I'll lock it. Alright. And alright. And I'm going to put it on pressure cook. And now this one said 7 minutes, which to me is half of that is 3.5. So I do it for 1 minute. 1 minute for spaghetti. Okay. Now, if you do it according to the book, and you do 4 cups of water, then it kind of sucks up all the water while it's cooking, and there's nothing to drain off, which is great if you're doing like small pastas and you're doing water in the bottom, pasta in the top. Don't mix it, press it in so it's covered, or at least 98% covered with the water. Then put your sauce on top. Okay, if you do that and you set it for your half minus 2 minutes, and you do your 5-minute natural release, then you can just mix it all together. You don't have to drain it. But with spaghetti, I like to cook it separate. Okay, put 5 cups of water in, put in my pot, break it in half, put it in the way I just showed you, one way and then the other. Alright, and then when it's done, I'm going to drain it. Okay, and then add my sauce. Okay, and this way the spaghetti not only gets done and is not overcooked, but it doesn't stick together as badly. You do it the other way, it will get stuck together. You will not get it apart if you do it for half the time with a quick release. And aside from that, a quick release with pasta the starch will come shooting out of the vent. It'll get all over the place. It'll get all over the top of your machine. It'll get all over your cabinets. I don't do a quick release with pasta. And if I do, and it's a rare occasion, I cover the vent with a towel, because otherwise that starch will fly everywhere. If you saw one of my first videos with when I made mac and cheese, and I was following a recipe to the T that I found on the internet, that starch flew everywhere. And since then I've learned my lesson. Okay, so we're going to let this come to a boil. It's going to come up to high pressure. It's going to say 1 minute, and then it's going to count down, obviously, go beep, beep, beep. I'm going to set it for 5 minutes. I'll drain it, sauce it, we got pasta. Okay? And believe me, it will not be overcooked. And you say, how can you do it in 1 minute? You can do it in 1 minute. Spaghetti or any of those skinny, thin pastas. See? Alright, it's up. Okay? The pin is up. I don't know if you can see it. The pin is up. Okay? That red button, the pin is up. Okay? People say it takes forever in the 8 quart for water to come to pressure. No, it doesn't, especially if you use that little amount. Okay? So it says on. Okay, on. And it says pressure. It says a high. I guess that just means that it's pressure cooking, coming up, and now that means it is. It's at high pressure. It says more and high. That means it's at high pressure. It's going to say 1 minute, and then it'll go off. It's been 5 minutes. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to put, obviously I'm going to open the vent. I'm going to put this over without burning myself. The starch doesn't go all over the place. There you go. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. We got bubbles. And bubbles and bubbles, but we got pasta, right? Look at that. It's all, look at that. None of it's stuck together. None of it is stuck together. That is the point. Okay? So, okay. Alright, because there is all that extra water and it didn't suck up all the water, you have to drain it. Alright? A little bit of pasta water left in the pot is fine. Alright. There you go. And if you want to keep the pasta water for your sauce, there you go. You got lots of pasta water. Okay. And then, of course, all you have to do is sauce it. Right. Clip it. Mix it. Yeah, there you go. All perfect spaghetti. Okay. Perfectly cooked spaghetti. Perfectly cooked. 1 minute, high pressure. No need to do it 7 minutes to 11 minutes. I think that's what the package said. Before I repackaged it in that bag. It said 7 minutes. 1 minute. Alright, it took about 3 minutes for that amount of water to come to pressure. Obviously it took about 5 minutes or so for it to come down. That was it, right? In less than 15 minutes. And if you wanted to, you could also add the sauce right on top. And just mix it, but really, I like to cook it separately. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to do the pasta on top, put only 4 cups of water, the pasta, and then the sauce. Okay? So there are your tips for cooking pasta in the Instant Pot. Also, a great tip using our friend the spork. And I hope you found this interesting. And it was a good tip for you. And I hope you subscribe and press the little bell and come back again to Teresa's Cluttered Kitchen. Bye.